In 2005, Hilary Swank stepped onto the stage, holding her second Oscar in her hands. She turned to her husband, calling him her everything, a perfect declaration of love and gratitude. A year later, that marriage had ended. But it wasn't only her personal life that faltered. Her career, which had soared with award-winning performances, began to stumble at the box office. Her body fought battles she kept hidden, and the industry that had celebrated her triumphs struggled to find a place for her. What really happened to the woman who once seemed untouchable? The answer lies in hospital visits, denied insurance claims, heartbreak, and resilience in the face of relentless challenges. Hilary Jean Swank was born on July 30, 1974, in Lincoln, Nebraska. Her family moved frequently until finally settling in Bellingham, Washington. By age 6, she lived in a small trailer park near Lake Sammamish, a place that carried its own daily struggles. Far from the comforts of stability, her home exposed her to the harsh realities of life. From an early age, she learned how the world could judge a person based on where they lived. At school, parents would pull their children away when they found out she lived in a trailer. Invitations disappeared. Playdates stopped. And Hilary, barely 7, understood that a person's value could be measured by something as arbitrary as a street address. Those early experiences shaped her. Loneliness became her companion, but it also fueled her imagination. Books and movies offered an escape, worlds where she could lose herself without judgment, and where characters triumphed over adversity. The more she immersed herself in stories, the more she understood her own potential. The stage became her sanctuary, a place where she could channel both pain and hope. At home, stability was rare. Her parents, Stephen and Judy, juggled jobs and bills constantly. Arguments were common, and tension was thick. By the time Hilary reached 15, her parents' marriage had dissolved. Facing uncertainty, she and her mother made a bold choice. In 1990, they packed their belongings, took $75 and a single gas station credit card, and drove to Los Angeles. They had no backup plan, no home, only ambition and each other. Los Angeles was harsh. For weeks, the Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme they drove became their home. They slept in it at night, washed in public bathrooms, and tried to look presentable for auditions. Hilary knew the fragility of their situation but refused to give up. Acting had shifted from a childhood dream to a lifeline, the one thing she could control. Her roots in theater had given her an early sense of belonging. At 9, she played Mowgli in The Jungle Book with the Bellingham Theatre Guild. The applause and energy connected with her in a way nothing else had. The stage became a place where she felt seen, a space where her talent mattered more than her background. This early exposure planted the idea that perhaps the world had room for her after all. The move to Los Angeles marked a turning point. After weeks in the car, her mother found a secretarial job, and they rented a single room from a single mother in Burbank. It wasn't stability, but it was a start. Hilary began booking small television roles, modest pay but a foothold in the industry. Each opportunity reminded her that progress was possible, and gratitude became a part of her character. She never forgot the hunger, the nights spent sleeping in the car, or the vulnerability of having nothing. Persistence eventually brought results. At 16, she and her mother began reaching out to agents. Judy secured a meeting with Bonnie Lidke, an agent known for discovering Leonardo DiCaprio. Hilary signed on, gaining a renewed sense of hope. Yet Hollywood remained difficult. Rejections piled up, auditions were competitive, and small parts were all that was available. In 1992, she landed a minor role in Buffy the Vampire Slayer as Kimberly Hanna. The movie earned $4.55 million its opening weekend and $14 million domestically. Critics were mixed, and the part was not a breakthrough, but it placed her on the industry radar. Television roles continued to trickle in. Growing Pains, Evening Shade, and Harry and the Hendersons offered exposure but little fame. A recurring role on Camp Wilder from 1992 to 1993 helped her refine her craft. Work mattered more than recognition, every role was a step forward. In 1994, she finally secured a lead in The Next Karate Kid as Julie Pierce. Though her performance was praised, the film failed at the box office, earning only $8.75 million domestically and $16 million worldwide. Critics called the story weak, and the setback reminded her that talent alone could not guarantee success. She learned to choose roles carefully, seeking projects that resonated rather than just filled her resume. The late 1990s brought more small projects, including Heartwood and Quiet Days in Hollywood, neither of which made a significant impact. On television, she joined Beverly Hills 90210 as Carly Reynolds in 1998, a role that promised stability. Yet after 16 episodes, her character was quietly written out. Hilary was left questioning her place in Hollywood, struggling with feelings of inadequacy despite her growing skill and dedication. Opportunity arrived unexpectedly with Boys Don't Cry. The role of Brandon Teena demanded total immersion. Hilary cut her hair, flattened her chest, altered her voice, and studied court documents and literature on transgender identity. She lived as a man for weeks, reshaping her movements, speech, and posture. The transformation pushed her to extremes, yet she embraced it fully. When the film premiered in 1999, audiences and critics alike were stunned. Her performance was raw, real, and unforgettable. At the 2000 Academy Awards, she won Best Actress over Annette Bening, marking a dramatic ascent from relative obscurity. But the celebration was tinged with anxiety. In the moment, she forgot to thank her husband, Chad Lowe, who had supported her through every trial. Though he forgave her immediately, the press amplified the mistake, overshadowing the accomplishment and adding strain to their marriage. 5 years later, Hilary trained relentlessly for Million Dollar Baby. She spent hours each day boxing, lifting weights, and performing grueling exercises. Her diet reached 4,000 calories daily, with 210 grams of protein. She endured blisters, infections, and exhaustion, transforming her body to embody Maggie Fitzgerald. Her work earned her a second Oscar at age 30, joining an exclusive group of women who had won twice. Yet, despite the accolades, her marriage could not withstand the pressures of fame and personal struggles. By 2006, she and Chad Lowe had separated. Fans were shocked, seeing them as a perfect Hollywood couple, unaware of the private struggles beneath the surface. At the same time, her career faced challenges. The Black Dahlia underperformed, as did Amelia, The Core, and The Reaping. Critics praised her acting, but audiences stayed away. Hollywood struggled to place a two-time Oscar winner outside the realm of prestige dramas, creating a professional limbo. Her health added further complexity. For over a decade, Hilary battled ovarian cysts and endometriosis, losing one ovary in 2008 after emergency surgery. Pain, fatigue, and uncertainty were constant companions. Insurance denied critical treatments, forcing her to fight publicly for her health. In 2020, she filed a lawsuit against the SAG-AFTRA health plan, advocating for fair treatment for herself and other women facing similar medical challenges. Her personal life found joy again in 2018 when she met Philip Schneider on a blind date. The connection was immediate and deep. They married months later, bringing stability and love back into her life. Years later, after freezing her eggs, Hilary became pregnant at 47. In 2023, she gave birth to twins, Ya and Om, embracing motherhood as a long-awaited blessing. Life continued to test her. In 2025, she mourned the loss of her rescue dog, Kai, a companion through years of change. Later that year, a misunderstanding at LAX involving a woman she thought was photographing her twins sparked controversy, later resolved through apologies and mutual understanding. These moments reflected the constant intersection of public scrutiny and personal life. Hilary Swank's story is not one of effortless triumph. It is a narrative of determination, resilience, and endurance. From trailer parks to Academy Awards, from health struggles to late motherhood, she has navigated a path marked by adversity and courage. Every setback strengthened her resolve, and every triumph was earned through relentless effort. She is a testament to perseverance, showing that even in the face of loss, rejection, and physical pain, it is possible to reach extraordinary heights, and to reclaim joy on one's own terms.